Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Showers leaving us tonight. We do have multiple chances, though, for the remainder of the week, and the 70s are in sight. The question is, how long is it going to take us to get there?
With Michigan's Secretary of State banning the open carry of firearms at polling locations, tonight a local sheriff weighing in on the ban and whether it is enforceable. But we begin with breaking news in the domestic terror plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
One of the men charged in that case is out of jail tonight. Court records show Brian Higgins of Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, posted his $10,000 cash bond today. Late this afternoon, Higgins appeared before a judge in an extradition hearing. Higgins is charged with providing material support for terrorist acts. Prosecutors say Higgins, along with 13 others, conspired to kidnap the governor and overthrow the state government. He's due back in court next month. Also tonight, we are following breaking news just in from Detroit's east side, where an apparent argument at a gas station leads to a deadly shooting.
Let's get right to Mara McDonald, who is at the Sunoco on East Warren and Cadillac with the latest. Mara.
Kimberly, Devin, we've got to be judicious in what we show you right now. This is an active crime scene, and it is a grisly one. For the better part of 3 hours, the man's lifeless body lay in the gas station parking lot where he fell, shell casings peppering the ground. A major police presence at the intersection of East Warren and Cadillac Boulevard. Police are being unusually tight-lipped about the circumstances. What we do know, an argument between two men right in front of the entrance to the gas station ended with a lot of bullets flying. The victim is 31 years old and was shot in the head. He was dead at the scene. The shooter is on the run. This is a Project Greenlight location, so there should be ample video of who is responsible. Detroit police are looking for witnesses to what happened out here. If you know, they want to hear from you. We are on Detroit's east side. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara, let's check in with Ben as we've got a rainy start to our week.
So, Ben, how's it looking for the morning commute?
A whole lot more of the same, Kim and Devin, once we get through the rest of the next few days. But at least for tomorrow morning's commute, it does look like we're going to get out of there dry. Storm Tracker 4 does have the showers still lingering, even though they're light. They're kind of dragging their way through about an hour or so, and we'll be done with that. But you can see there's still a couple of these sprinkles hanging on, especially in the metro zone, and then further to the south, a little bit less so down towards the state line, although there's one little prominent one just off to the east of Dundee as we speak. So tomorrow we start out right around 40, at least in the metro zone. There will be some 30s out there, a lot of clouds, just very limited sun, if any. And then the sunshine, or I should say the showers, come back late in the forecast as we get into Tuesday night going into Wednesday. And you can tell the weather impacts only get increasingly more impactful as we head towards Friday. Not only rain, but thunderstorms to close out the work week. We'll look at that and where temperatures go from here. And after a day in the 40s, I guess they can only go up. More on that coming up in a few minutes, guys.
You bet. All right, Ben. Well, in an effort to protect voters from intimidation, Michigan Secretary of State says she is banning the open carry of firearms on Election Day. The Attorney General has reinforced that by offering to send state troopers to any area where sheriffs may refuse to enforce the ban. But as Jason Colthorpe reports, one sheriff believes another order will only encourage more people to violate it.
Here in Livingston County, the sheriff is asking people not to open carry on Election Day. That said, he makes it clear he is against this order, and he thinks all it's going to do is pit law enforcement against each other.
There is no statute, it's a directive. I'm a law enforcement officer, not a directive enforcement officer.
Livingston County Sheriff Mike Murphy has been openly defiant of Governor Gretchen Whitmer's executive orders in the past, and now he's voicing his intent about an order from Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson that Attorney General Dana Nessel plans to enforce. The order being that the open carry of firearms on Election Day at polling places, clerk's offices, or absentee counting boards is banned in an effort to prevent voter intimidation.
If there's intimidation, if there's shenanigans, and if there's statutes being broken, we will enforce them. It's just that simple. But open carry, there's no statute that prevents somebody from doing that.
Prior to this, we've never had an issue with open carry.
Michael Sedlak is the clerk of Livingston County's Green Oak Township. He and the sheriff believe calling attention to this issue could backfire.
I think the Secretary's order is probably going to encourage more people to bring open carry to the polls rather than discourage them. We're taking attention away from what we should be doing and that's conducting a safe and secure election rather than charging people's emotions with whether they can open carry or not.
By the way, if you're wondering what happens if state troopers show up here in Livingston County, Murphy says his guys are not going to get in their way, and Sedlak says they will welcome them into a polling place with open arms. We're in Livingston County. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
All right, Jason. New tonight, the Commission on Presidential Debates announces candidates will have their microphones muted during portions of Thursday's debate. Commission says President Trump and Joe Biden will have 2 minutes of uninterrupted time to address 6 topics. And during those 2 minutes, whichever candidate is not giving an answer will have their mic cut off so that there can be no interruptions. We'll see. After the 2-minute answers, though, the 2 candidates will engage in an open discussion that will not feature a mute button. We'll see how it goes. You'll watch that debate right here on Local 4 Thursday night at 9 p.m. Now, coronavirus cases here in Michigan continue to rise, with the state reporting nearly 3,000 new cases over the past 48 hours.
The state's combined total for both yesterday and today, 2,909 new cases. Another 21 people have died from the virus in Michigan. Right now, 38 cases, states, I should say, across the country are reporting a spike in cases. Today, Governor Whitmer continued to urge all Michiganders to wear masks out in public.
We always knew that the fall was going to be inherently more dangerous because we come back inside. And when we're inside, our risk of spreading COVID to one another is very real. COVID is still a very real threat across Michigan. This virus does not care about a court decision. This virus does not care about the legislature's calendar. This virus is still a threat to every one of us.
Other headlines today, Canada's public safety minister announced the ban on non-essential travel to the U.S. will remain in place until at least November 21st. A suspected road rage incident has Dearborn police searching for answers tonight.
A man is caught on camera opening fire on another car.
Put your gun down. Put your gun down.
Man, cell phone video from the, I've seen that so many times now, it's still shocking. Cell phone video from the TC Dearborn website shows the incident on Warren Avenue near Greenfield. This was Sunday night. Now, fortunately, no one was hit by that shot, but police are looking for the shooter, who was driving a green Honda Accord with a blue-gray passenger side door.
Right, it's disturbing and hard to watch every time.
Sure is.
Still ahead, a massive drug bust at the border.
The unusual vehicle involved in trying to smuggle more than 1,000 pounds of marijuana into the country.
And a months-long legal battle involving a 77-year-old Michigan barber who defied Governor Whitmer's emergency orders takes a new turn, but a prosecutor just announced that has him celebrating. Here's Karen.
Based on the investigation, more than likely it was a suicide.
Police believe a mother of 3 killed herself by walking into Lake St. Clair. The family questions the police work. Why was evidence from the case released out of custody? And then there are the mother's missing car keys.
The very next day, after her disappearance, keys to her car suddenly reappear at the police department.
I'm Local 4 Defender Karen Drew. My investigation continues next.